Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. I'm Tracy Shuchart, Senior Economist, and here are the headlines while we are away that I've been most irritated over for the last hour. Anyway, moving on. Trump did end up having a news conference. It was a little bit late, but he kicked it off by saying the Fed should have a special meeting to cut rates. So we're not off that subject just yet. But with fear of inflation, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. He also said some countries are getting to the Strait of Hormuz. Now, we did talk about this earlier this morning. That is true. Pakistan, UAE, Saudi Arabia, and India, plus obviously Iran, have made it through the strait, and Greek shipping tycoon has snuck a few ships through there. That said, only 4 have gone through in the last 24 hours. That is a big difference from the over 100 that usually make it through the strait on a daily basis. He also said that he's going to announce countries that are helping us with the Strait of Hormuz. Now, to be honest, it doesn't look like it's going to be many. We've already had Spain, France, Germany, Italy, and Japan all say that they were not willing to help at this moment. So we're looking at maybe possibly UK and Canada. He also said that the U.S. has all the oil it needs. In other words, I don't really care too much about the strait, which is, I keep talking about the fact that the U.S. is fairly insulated. We produce a lot of, we're the world's largest producer of crude oil, light crude oil, and we get all the heavy we really need from Venezuela and Canada. And we do get some from Iraq and Saudi Arabia. But that said, we are fairly insulated from this. We don't depend on exports from those countries. And of course, Saudi Arabia can always ship us oil via the Red Sea route. So we are fairly insulated from this whole thing, but the rest of the world isn't. So that's not going to help bring down oil prices, but it seems like the Strait of Hormuz is just not a priority right now, so we'll see where that sits. He said that Iran wants to make a deal and talking to our people, and then he kind of backtracked on that a little bit and said, well, I'm not really sure, so we'll see what goes on with that. He also said that striking Karg Island's oil asset remains an option. If you know, this weekend they did bomb Karg Island, but it was just a military installation. They wanted to stay away from, obviously, oil assets that might send oil prices even higher. But he said that option is still on the table. Then we had the IEA speaking earlier. I mentioned they would be speaking earlier this morning. They said that members could release more oil to the market from the strategic stockpiles as and if needed. Now, I would like to tell you, I did write an entire essay on why it doesn't really matter, and oil prices have gone straight up since they announced that. So I don't really think that had a very calming effect on the market. The best thing about this whole thing, though, he said the quick action by the IEA had a calming impact on markets. We've literally been straight up since Wednesday. So I'm not sure what his vision of calm is, but it's not everybody else's vision of calm, apparently. Moving on to the tech sector, we have OpenAI is in advanced discussions to form a joint venture with private equity firms, including TPG, Brookfield Asset Management, and Bain Capital, that would focus on bolstering adoption of its AI software. The joint venture would have a pre-money valuation of roughly $10 billion, and private equity investors would commit about $4 billion toward that venture. So money's still pouring into PE while we're having some issues with it. But of course, a lot of money around that. And also in the tech sector, Bank of America is increasing its 2026 forecast for investment-grade debt by hyperscalers by 25% to $175 billion, with an expectation of $65 billion in new issuance still expected this year. Hyperscalers have already issued $110 billion in investment-grade debt in 2026, or 63% of BofA's new forecast, and the bank expects around $30 billion of further issuance from Meta, 20 billion from Microsoft, and 15 billion from Alphabet. So nobody's turning off the taps yet. It's a lot of spending. And then we did have, I don't know if everybody heard, it was kind of big news on Twitter. LME did halt its metals markets, the entire metals markets, everything from aluminum to zinc, went down at about 2:44 p.m. local time. A spokesperson for LME said that it was aware there was an issue and they were working to resolve it as soon as possible, but it would not be resolved in time to avoid a pricing disruption event for the LME closing prices, which set between 4 and 5 p.m., depending on which metal that is. The LME did restart trading at 5:30 p.m. London time. I just want to throw this out there, though, that all the silver conspiracy theorists didn't have a word to say about LME, only COMEX, but I diverge. I will next pass it off to Jim for an Edge Report.
All right. Thank you for that, Tracy. Let's take a look at the E-mini S&P. We talked about this before we broke for lunch, and we had that edgeful stat, right, where we looked back 6 months on Mondays, and we calculated when will a 10-minute candle close either above the IB high or below the IB high, and we had a 64% chance that there would be a single break. In other words, we would close either above or below, and a 36% chance there'd be a double break. We would close a candle below and above. So right now we hit that 64%, right? We hit this one down here. This green line here is previous session's highs. We kind of have almost a tweezer bottom there, but we did break it because here's the IB low right here, and what is that? That's approximately 67.40. Closed above it. We achieved the first milestone. The second milestone was way up here. We'd have to 10-minute candle would have to close above 67.78 to make it a double break, or 36% probability. There's one in a third chance. Odds are not in our favor for that to happen just yet. Now, keep in mind, the top of the IB is perfectly aligned with that one-day max. That's that MentorQ expected range for the day based on their proprietary calculations. I can't live without them. They're really, really good areas of interest. We don't always just stop at them. Sometimes we go through them. Sometimes we fall short, but they're really a good target, a really good area of interest. R2 also is kind of framing the top of the conversation. And you can see I drew a trend line here, a downward sloping trend line. We have a swing high, a lower swing high at 11:30 to 11:40 candle, a lower swing high again. And then now we'll see if we get another lower swing high or we break on through here, that trend line. Right now we're just tapping up against it. We're testing it as we speak. But when you see these lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, it generally doesn't bode well. Now, look at as I speak, we're breaking through my trend line. So we'll see where this thing ends up going at the end of the day. RSI is kind of sideways, not a big deal. Point of control is robust, though. This is that point of control. This orange line right here, it's 67.50. So we'll see if we get there later on today. Remember, news-driven market, you got to be super sensitive. There we go. We just almost made a higher high there. We'll see what sellers do to that. Let's shoot over to gold, though. Gold is a really interesting situation. And I'm going to go back to the daily chart for this guy. This is pretty bearish. I mean, we have 4 red candles in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions in a row. We have the 8 EMA. Not only is it converging on the 21 EMA, it's about to cross under. And this old area support, I know it's a little tiny baby area support, but it's an area support. 50.79. Forget about it. We blew through it, and we're basically hitting rock bottom and still digging here. This is a 50 EMA, that purple line here. That's going to be a real test. And then we have these swing lows all the way down here also to consider at 48.92. Now, we are trading at that 5,000 level, maybe psychological, maybe not. We have a pretty decent doji brewing right now on the daily candle. So we'll see what happens. RSI is going sideways, not helping us at all. Let's just take a look at an intraday chart really quickly before we get to the main event. This is kind of a wonky volume profile, I guess. Couple distributions here. One with the point of control right at 5,000. An older one, a little bit higher, right at the Globex close. That's at 50.23. So a little bit of a volume deficit between the two, right by previous sessions. Low is kind of bisecting that low volume area. But right now, VWAP has been the story. Every time we get up to that session VWAP, sellers push us down. Session VWAP, sellers push us down. Let's see if that same thing happens today. That session VWAP right now is at 50.08. On the bottom side, really S1. This is part of the daily pivot study. It's free on Ninja. A lot of folks use these daily pivots. This is framing the bottom of the conversation, 49.80. This is where support is, not only once, but twice, right? Kind of a double bottom here. If you kind of squint your eyes for a couple ticks, that's where we're at. We never achieved that one-day min. We didn't get there yet. Well, you could count this wick way over here, but I'm not. That is too early in the morning, or too late at night, I should say. Should we get some movement back above that VWAP, which I don't know if we're gonna? We have that, really the bottom of the IB would be a good target. There's a lot of congestion there. There's the top of the value area. There's the Globex open. There's JAX 1. All in this area here around 50.21 to 50.25. There's a lot of areas of interest right there if we do break above that VWAP and we get a confirmation candle above it. Right now, I don't know. I'm going to go with the trend, and the trend is every time we kind of tap into that VWAP, sellers push us back down. That is this afternoon's Edge Report. We are ready for the main event, and we have three very talented young men here to trade live with us. We have Jack Gleason, Joey Morgan, and Nick for a tick. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
How's it going?
Pretty good. I must admit, pretty good. I can't believe it's tomorrow, 1 year anniversary, NinjaTrader Live.
Mm.
And that's on my birthday.
Is it really?
Yeah, tomorrow's my birthday.
Whoa, double celebration. Are you on? Are you live tomorrow?
No, I think I'm live Wednesday.
Oh, well, we got to do a happy birthday celebration for you right here, right now. Very good. You could now get into bars and stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm now old enough. I'm now an adult.
Oh, that is super awesome. Before we go around the horn, though, let me just really remind everybody, Monday, the 23rd, we do have that March Madness challenge coming up at NinjaTrader. It's going to be awesome. It's free to join. There's $100,000 in cash prizes. Whoever comes in first gets $10,000. This is cash right to your account. It's a lot of fun. It's an all week trading challenge. It's free to participate. You just sign up. You'll get your credentials, and you'll be good to go. It's a lot of fun, and also it's kind of interesting because there is a little bit of stress here. It's not like it is in a real-time simulated environment, but it's a little bit stressful because you're competing. Your name is on the leaderboard. You'll see what number you are, and that could kind of cause some stressful feelings that we have to learn to navigate anyway. So it'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully, you guys could consider participating in the March Madness Arena Challenge. Oh man! All right. Let's go around. I'm going to go in order here, left to right. Joey, what are you thinking about this afternoon?
Well, NASDAQ is just kind of hovering around the 50% mark of the IB. We haven't really been able to navigate away from it. It kind of looks like we're making a higher low here. Maybe we push back up to IB high. We'll see though, but I'm really waiting to see if we get away from this 50% mark of the IB. I know we have some news later this week, so market may wait on that, but we'll see if a setup presents itself. We get back up to IB high or show any strength or weakness, we'll look for opportunity.
Joey, are you trading March or June?
June.
Yeah, very good.
I'm
Awesome.
on June.
Awesome. Jack, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I want to see lower before higher. Indexes are quite boring here today, just stuck inside of a wedge. I'd love to see us come back to the midpoint of the June contract of Friday. That is going to be about 24,780 in the NQ. I don't know if we can get there. It obviously would be a breakdown if we did, but I'm a buyer if we can get there. That's really what I want to see. I don't trust a breakout for a continuation to the upside, and I wouldn't short a breakout for a continuation to the downside. So I'd like to see us move outside of this range and then kind of look for a reversion back into we're going. So if we go higher first, I'd probably be willing to take a short if we can get above that prior high day on the March contract. And if we go lower, then I'll look for a long back into the range, but not really expecting too much with the way we're set up in the contracts rolling. Might be looking at some other markets to trade. I got this little analyzer I've been working on that just kind of spits out the bias based on some inputs that I have, and everything that's trending, is not the indexes, not a single bullish or bearish on these indexes. We got a couple of the currencies and bonds that are reaching for bullish indications based on my inputs, and CL on the bearish move. But of course, we all know that with the hedges coming off over the weekend in CL, I think everybody was putting hedges on buying oil futures going into the weekend, thinking maybe more attacks on oil infrastructure. That did not really happen. Oil's coming back in, down pretty heavy here. So that's what I'm looking for.
Very, very awesome. Nick, what are you thinking, man?
Not a whole lot. I think the boys just said it. It's roll week. We got a 150 point range in NQ. Our vol's at 40. So there's better things to do than probably get chopped around and do absolutely nothing staring at the screen in the indices currently. But I'm trying to short the top edge of the range right now. I really haven't done a whole lot today. Roll weeks historically are just my least favorite thing to do. So I've been keeping busy today, doing a few other projects. One of which, Jim, since you mentioned the 1-year anniversary, I've been going through clips and trying to find certain things. And it's been fun to kind of look back at the last year with the show and having fun with everybody.
Yeah, no, for sure. And there's so many. Everybody who's been listening to us for a year, thank you for doing that. There's been so many highlights, so many highlight reels. I can't even. You have no idea. I mean, because we keep track of them here too, and we just have a list of them. Some of them make X, some of them don't. Some of them make highlight videos, some of them don't. But it's been quite a journey, man. It's been a tried journey, and you were here from day one, man.
Yep, the first trade the close with Leo and I.
There you go. MEA says he tunes in every day. Love that. All right. I think I'm good to go. I appreciate you guys doing this. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing to the channel. It's super important to us. It means a lot to me personally. I'd like to thank those who have already subscribed. Thank you for doing that. It's free. It doesn't cost you any money. You just click on the subscribe button if you can. So anyway, having said all that, guys, I'm going to dip in the chat, and I am going to wish you guys the best of luck on your trades.
Thanks,
Appreciate it, Jim. Fellas,
Joey, happy birthday. Early
Thank you.
birthday.
Appreciate it.
There's a new low in oil.
How have you guys come out today?
I'm down on the day.
Yeah, same.
I am down on the day.
I really haven't done much. Not really. Don't know if I'm planning to either.
Yeah. I took a stop out in ES long earlier, and just that middle of the range. I mean, it was nothing big. I mean, just indexes. I think they've been pretty boring. I actually didn't even start trading until I was on earlier today for midday markets, and then I literally just took 2 stop outs, and I took a nap, and I woke up, and now I'm here.
Sounds like an eventful day, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to be leaning into my little market analyzer, switching up these markets because these indexes are boring me. I also was a little early on my oil short. I got short a little bit before we had that major spike at about 12:20. Unfortunately, got stopped out before the move happened. This ATR expansion bar here at 12:25. I got stopped out on that, and then that's when I called it. And then we're all the way back down on a new low of the day. So it's not been my best.
Yeah, it's been definitely a rangy day, especially for NQ. I mean, we're just kind of ping-ponging back and forth within the IB. No real strong breakouts at IB. We've had a couple moves below IB low on NQ, but nothing that was like really strong, and they immediately caught buy-ups from that back to the 50% mark. And ever since, we've just kind of been hovering it. So I would like to see us get away from it.
Yeah. Yeah, rollover is never a favorite day of mine to trade, to be honest.
No.
I don't like the way it messes with my charts and all my levels, and I got to go back and, you got to look at the levels from April, decide if you want to roll into June. And then you have the decision, are you going to run on a continuous? So.
Yep.
Yeah, I literally just rolled before even coming on here. So, fun stuff. Chat, good afternoon, good morning. How's everyone doing? Everybody enjoying this slow day of trade?
Hopefully everybody in the chat's doing well.
I could say you could have an okay day today. I don't know how you'd have a great trading day today with these ranges. I mean, you could trade good, but
Be very scalpy.
yeah,
I mean, you probably had to catch like the short NES, really. But even that, I mean, I don't know. This is just a very
honestly, the Nasdaq looks like a textbook pattern that you would see, like if somebody was trying to tell you what like a zigzag looks like,
right.
like on the 5 minutes. It's just maybe we'll break out of that top end trend line. We did hold the middle of the range on that last pullback around like 140 for the first time. Otherwise, it's been new lows. We had that low at the open in the Nasdaq, and then we barely took the low at 1050. Then we barely took the low at 1220, and then we kind of held that higher low on that last pop.
I know we've had a lot of people from Missouri in the chat before, so for all my Missourians, I hope you guys are surviving the bipolar weather that we're having.
Yeah, but do you guys have tornadoes?
No, dude, yesterday we literally went like we had storms and 60-degree weather yesterday, and then in the same day we dropped and had snow.
Wow.
Yeah, all in the same day.
A little bit of the same up here. 60 degrees, and then we had very hard rain. Then it started snowing, so of course it all froze. I know there was tornadoes in different places, like
Yeah,
at least some really strong winds.
the winds were insane here. I mean, we had tons of wind. No tornadoes, fortunately, but like I said, to go from 60 and storms to snow all in one day is it's pretty wild.
Can't make any promises about Chicago not snowing the last week of March, considering there was snow on the forecast about 3 days this week, which I believe is the most I've seen all winter. No, I know Missouri has tornadoes. I'm just wondering if they got them as in like this week. I'm only one state above. I have skylights in my condo, and we had a really windy day, and I was sleeping, and all of a sudden, like one of my skylights, you can remove it so you can go on the roof, and it just freaking ripped, like popped off my ceiling, and I was sitting in my bed and just pouring rain into my home, and I was like, I better get up and go get that skylight, and I had to get up on my roof in my underwear and chase the skylight down.
Jeez.
A few hundred feet in the air, walking around with lightning striking everywhere.
You had a good
trying
time.
to attach that thing back on. I'm pretty close to the middle of the city. I'm in the city.
The Windy City.
The Windy City, which is not from wind. Actually, it gets the name Windy City from the politicians who are known to blow wind. That's an old saying.
Wait, is that real?
Yeah,
Really?
no, that's real.
Oh, chat, learn something every day.
People disagree with it, but it's real.
Huh. I mean, it is also windy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's any windier than anywhere else, though. I
Yeah.
mean, like in the air, but it's from the politicians, which, that we can confirm.
That's crazy.
That we can
I did not know
confirm.
that. That's a fun fact.
Yeah, most people don't. But it's like literally from like a long time ago. It's not even recent, but it still holds true.
Interesting.
Yeah, we got all sorts of cool history. Probably one of my favorite classes I've ever taken was a class called Crime, Power, and Politics in the History of Chicago. And all we did every day of class was go on a field trip around the city to places I went to with my teacher and probably wouldn't go back. We'd like get on the train and, go to just places you wouldn't normally go and learn about the history of the area.
Huh.
Interesting.
And he says, so we live in a windy country.
Yeah, that might be true.
Oh, a market question. Hang on. Nick, what
Whoa.
opening range do you use? I use the 5 minute on my charts as a 5 minute and then the 30-second. God, this is like the most obnoxious looking structure. Yeah, it's been super windy here too. But speaking of the Arena March Madness contest that starts on the 23rd, boys, you guys do your
Yep.
bracket yet?
I have
No.
not.
Wait, like a real
Like for
college bracket?
Yes, for the NCAA tournament that starts on Thursday.
Oh, I thought it was just a trading one.
I mean, we have both, but I am just curious.
No, I have no bracket. I don't even know who's in the tournament, to be honest. But I can enter one.
Yeah, I haven't done a bracket yet. I need to, though. I need to.
I usually outsource that to my brother, who pays much more attention to college basketball than I do. Give myself a fighting chance.
It's 100K in cash prizes, chat. Wowzers. Nick, you going to Miami?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Nice.
I will be in Miami.
I'm in. I just joined.
And my baby sister officially moving back to New York City. So we do a New York City one. I'll be there for 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to like as many as possible.
Are we invited, all of them?
I don't know. I'm just going to go. They can.
Whether I'm invited
Jim's
or
gonna
not, I'm
let me
going.
in. Let's be honest.
Well, that's true. I mean, so Miami, London, Chicago, are the dates, or we just know we're going there? I'm like wondering when we're going to Chicago. It's a hometown.
I have no idea.
I feel like I'm gonna be in charge of putting something on.
I've never been to London. Always wanted to go. So hopefully we are invited to London because I would definitely take advantage of that.
Oh, October, Chicago. That's my birthday. Be a birthday party for me.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
We're gonna have a pumpkin carving contest. Oops.
It's the Chicago one will be at your house, right, Jack?
Yeah, sure. I actually had a friend of mine volunteer his house for a party. I was like, yeah, we'll see about that. It might be a little more people than you want in your home.
Do you have a pool? Could it be a pool party?
No, I don't have a pool. He does. In his building. I live in a more historic building. I didn't have pools back then. We had the lake. in the river. Breakout here for 6B. That thing, the currencies have been on this bullish scanner I have. If you guys are watching her earlier, 6B and 6E were on that. ZB has joined. I'm going to throw those on here. I have no limit orders right now. And I have no positions, so.
Which is rare for you, I feel like, coming on NinjaTrader stream. Usually you're in 4.
I mean, sometimes 3, but no, I had some earlier, but I wasn't trading again. I after I got off stream, I got off my computer, and I'm just going to focus on the markets that are coming up on this. Until these indexes can start plotting either bullish or bearish here, I'm not even going to look at them. Or I got a couple levels I want to see trade, but these currencies are moving. See 6B really clean on that low, and then let's go to 6E here. Actually, bonds, which I haven't traded in quite some time, those are also appearing.
Jack, did Chicago have the St. Patrick's Day celebration this weekend?
They did. There's many a drunk people walking everywhere.
Did y'all dyed the river green?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep, dyed the river green. And I think it's usually stays green for a couple of days. I don't know. I don't live by the river, but last I checked, which was Saturday, it was pretty green. They use, for all the environmentalists out there, it is an environmentally friendly dye, so do not be worried. There's this like funny meme of I don't know if you guys might not see it because I feel like you just it's Chicago meme. It's just like this guy, and he's like the fish waking up the day after St. Patrick's Day, and he's just like staring at like a bunch of green. Like, what? Like, imagine just being a fish. Just all of a sudden, everything just like looks like a stoplight. You could probably catch him a little easier, Joey. You're not going to need your live scope.
No, that is true. That is true. Speaking of, for those that know my boat story, I will have my boat back on Wednesday. And by the time I get it back, we're supposed to have some really nice weather. So your boy is going on the lake and going fishing, and I will be non-existent for every single evening of the day.
That's how it should be.
Yep.
Have I traded today? Yeah, I took one. I tried to scalp the top of this range short, got stopped out. It may still work, but other than that, I took one other little trade. But yeah, basically, and break even on the day. There are sometimes better things to do than trade the Monday of roll week.
No. Yeah, there's a few things. If you guys are new to trading and you want to plan your vacations around dull market times, rollover is a good time to do that. You basically consider it a 3-day weekend, unless something extraordinary is going on. If the volatility has already been surpassed, which I would argue that it is. The move overnight was great. I wish I didn't sleep. I wish I just got to my desk at 2:00 in the morning and traded till 8 a.m. and called it a day. Instead, I got to my desk. I actually got to my desk pretty late this morning. I got to my desk at 10 a.m. New York time.
Right after futures opened last night, there's a Discord message from me to a few people that just literally said, if we hold 440s, I'd be wanting to get long. And we got above it. We tested, kind of trying to break it to the short side in NQ. And it's been up and away ever since. So that level, for some reason, still matters.
Yeah. You mean like a war? Yeah. I would think that, that would increase volatility, but it really hasn't.
Have I rolled? Yes, I rolled 37 minutes ago, literally right as I was like jumping on the stream.
You got that down to a science.
Well, I looked at what time it was, sir.
ZS, not that I trade it often, but soybean futures are down 6% here today. Maybe we should take a look at that chart.
I wonder how liquid it is
Probably
for the
liquid
average
enough
trader. Or am I
I'm not at
terrified?
the point where I'm moving the market. Look at this. That is what we call a downtrend.
Yeah.
Though I believe it must be closed because it's not moving.
Oh yeah, Ag's probably closed, right? 1 o'clock or 2 Eastern.
Well, I'll take a look at that tomorrow. I don't know what I like about this scan. It kind of points out the things that are moving, but it's a little late to be trading something that's closed, right? So ZS is on my bearish scan here. Oil is as well. I've already tried that short. Unfortunately, my timing on my entry was before, I believe, we ran into that speech. And so I was getting short in this area here earlier. And this blue line's the midpoint of the prior day. And then we had that sweeping push higher and then just a complete rejection back down to a new low. So MBT, this is on my bull scan here. This actually looks a little better than the indexes for a potential long here.
Mia, no, I did not buy those IB low breaks. It didn't really like break enough for me to pull the trigger, and then the buy ups like after they happened so fast that it wasn't I wasn't quick enough to pull the trigger because I mean the buy ups happened pretty quickly, but also too like I didn't get the break I really wanted. Like I think maybe broke IB low, what was it, by like a few points both times before buying, and so it wasn't really a clean break that I wanted. So I missed on these, but if you caught them, nice work. Because I mean, yeah, they definitely provided some opportunity there.
Is anything moving? Everything just seems like, I guess, gold, kind of.
Nasdaq still just hovering slightly above the 50% mark of the IB, just unable to get away from it. Not much happening.
Okay, let's not get crazy here. This is a classic Nick afternoon range.
Yeah.
I have done nothing here to cause an RVOL in the 40s. That is only roll week doing that, sir. I am not responsible
RVOL just
for
relative
this.
volume?
It's not my fault that because of Jack, everybody in Chicago and around the CME is, clearly had a great St. Patrick's Day on Saturday and decided to just not trade today.
You know what? I think that's a pretty good cause correlation there.
It probably is, to be honest. Sure, the desks were a bit slow this morning, if there are any.
I think Bitcoin's made a tradable bottom. I think it's going to about like 79K is my target right now in Bitcoin. And then we'll see where we go from there. There is that, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's like there's this pretty crazy chart of Bitcoin, and it's like how long the rallies last on average and how long the sell-offs last on average, and it's almost like spot on from all of the cycles. But I think the selling cycle goes to like October of this year before it bottoms, and it's been like 99% accurate every pullback. It's like each high to low trough is like, I want to say it's like 365 days. And then like the rallies, I believe, were a little over 1,000 days before they entered bear markets. So if that holds true, it takes us out into an October low. I mean, of course, markets change. Nothing's ever for certain, but I do think the most recent action in Bitcoin, it's been relatively strong compared to many different asset classes, the indexes, gold, etc. We're up 4% here with gold down, and then everything else kind of down. So
Did you guys ever did you guys ever do algo trading? Have any recommendations? No, I personally have not dabbled there, but I probably will in the future as these language models get better and better. So I'm sure I could find some way to automate aspects of what I do.
I will second that. I have not really done much algo trading, but it is something that I'm interested in, like kind of learning more about. I still don't know much about algo trading. I've always just done it myself, but definitely interested in learning about it.
yes. So with algo trading, you have two different types of systems. You have what's called a gray box system and a black box system. And a black box system is something that can just basically run on its own. So you just turn it on and it goes without any inputs. And then you have a gray box system, which requires some manual or discretion to it. And then other parts of it are automated. And actually, some of what you see me do here is technically gray box, where I will manually choose something, and then the rest of those decisions are kind of automated. So I have done that, and you'll see me actually do that when I'm on here. But one thing you won't see me do when I'm on here is because it just does everything without any input, is I do have a couple black box systems that I've either built myself or built with other people, and they just run silently. But the thing about building a fully automated system is, I always think that like the best traders are probably, somebody like independent traders, because fully automated systems, it's really hard to, at least for me, dump all of my knowledge into all situations on a fully automated system, because there's some things that just can't be taken into context that can be like coded out. At least I'm not as sophisticated enough of a coder to make that happen, but I think it's something that's becoming easier and easier to do. And, even I know Joey uses IB a lot. Like, if he has an IB study on there, technically, if you built a trigger around that study, it'd be gray box. So any type of automation to make your job easier. Like one of the things that I'm going to be releasing here soon is an automation risk number. So like if I place a trade and I want to risk, say, $500 per trade, it's my NinjaTrader will automatically allot whatever amount of micros, or say minis, if I'm trading a low volatility contract, need to be placed in order for my stop to only equal $500. And based on whatever the average range is. So all of those are just automatic inputs. And although it's not fully automated, it's definitely using algorithmic software to help increase, at least risk control.
Nice. Yeah, I have thought about having some triggers on IB. I do have this IB indicator, and if I were to find ways to automate it, I think that'd be pretty dope to try, honestly, because I do have pretty systematic approaches to some of the trades that I take on IB. So if I could get like an automation around that, that'd be pretty dope to try out.
Yeah, you can definitely get it. I mean, like first touch of IB after 10:30, or after 11 o'clock, whatever time frame you want to make it. You'd be, and then you'd have to have rules based around stops and targets, but you can definitely do that. Things you can't automate. You can't automate that. We have, I mean, you probably could with some degree, but let's say, like, for example, the oil market, the move, I wouldn't say necessarily this Sunday, but 2 Sundays ago. There's no data for something like that. But it was a great trading opportunity. Like shorting oil 2 Sundays ago after a blow off chop to 120, like you're not going to automate that. You can't automate that headline. You can't automate that price move. There's things, of course, you can automate with inside of it, but like to know that that's a great trading opportunity, I don't know. Maybe you can't automate it. I'm just not that sophisticated. All right, we got a question for you, Joey. What is
Yes,
IB?
I saw that. I was just about to answer it. IB is just it's the first hour of the session, right? You can use it for any session. It could be New York, it could be Globex, Asia, London. Any session you could use the IB, and it's the first hour high and low. You have the IB high, IB low, and that's initial balance.
What does IB exactly stand for?
Initial balance.
There you go. So the initial balance is the first hour.
Yeah.
And then trading against the IB. So that first hour move. And that's what you got on your chart, right, Joey?
Yeah, that's what I got on the chart right now. This is an indicator that I created for the initial balance. It marks out the IB high and IB low. It'll also mark out the 25%, 75%, and 50% levels of there, as well as the extension levels outside of the IB. So give some pretty good levels here to watch for within the initial balance. Again, the IB, I'll just refer to IB. It stands for initial balance, but is the first hour, which is that blue shaded area that you see on my chart. And when I take trades on the initial balance, I look for positions and trades once the IB is set here. So I won't take any initial balance trades while we were still setting the IB. But once it is set, I will look for trades, anything after when I'm trading the IB. So hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, Hitman, you can automate the mean reversion. Yeah, sure, you can automate mean reversion. What do you think people were doing shorting oil at $90 and got blown out at 120? They were probably looking at their automated mean reversion. Like there's no way to know what's going to happen like that. Like you can trade mean reversion, but your mean reversion algorithmic strategy goes out the window when oil blows out $120 on a Sunday night with low liquidity, and there goes your entire portfolio based around that strategy. So sure, you can automate it. Just because you can automate it doesn't make it necessarily effective.
Yeah.
Joey, is your indicator available?
Yeah, I'm grabbing the link for it right now to post in the chat for y'all. I saw someone ask for it. Here's the link to the indicator, chat, if you guys want it. You can add it to your chart in TradingView. There you go. I think the team is going to put it in there too. There you go. The NinjaTrader team just went and put it in the chat for you. So you guys can click on that, add it to your TradingView chart. Jack, anything you're seeing?
I'm sorry, what?
Anything you're seeing?
No, I mean, we're just moving so slow. I mean, I have these setups. I would buy next pullbacks here in the 6E and the 6B, but we're not even close to pulling back. We're just hanging out at highs. Like I have them up on my screen. I don't know. Actually, I just realized I have duplicate 6E charts. Change this to a 6B.
Yeah. Yeah, things
I
are
want to
moving
buy
very
pullbacks
slow.
here, but gold actually just broke out to the upside. That's really the only thing I see moving right now is GC. But yeah, if we can pull back to the midpoint of this last leg up in either of these currencies, I'll take that trade. But it's just hanging out.
Yep.
Is Jensen live? Is it NVIDIA conference week? I just forgot.
There's an AI conference, yeah.
Yeah, it is the NVIDIA conference. He's giving his keynote, apparently. So I wouldn't say that's specific remarks or announcements of things.
I wouldn't think it holds too much weight. When does NVIDIA have earnings? It's pretty soon, isn't it?
And we already had it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, so it would be the next earnings cycle.
Oh, okay. What? I guess I missed NVIDIA earnings. Or am I just tripping? Hold on. Or I could have swore there was another, maybe not earnings, but I could have swore there was another NVIDIA event outside of this AI conference coming up.
I think it was just this one. This is their big thing.
Maybe I'm just tripping. I could have swore there was something else NVIDIA. Hold on.
I mean, everything is NVIDIA.
Literally, yeah, it seems that way.
I'm gonna burn more GPUs to make a AI video.
Are you referring to use DLL like daily loss limit? How to code in a daily loss limit? Not sure what. It helps to not use acronyms because there's many different, and unless they're obvious, if you're going to ask a question, just spell it out.
Tracy lobbing some headlines from the NVIDIA conference.
No, I'd have to look into the dynamic link library. I'm not sure what that is actually.
Neither am I.
Does that mean linking things out or something? I don't have codes that I use from other people or share what I've built. So I don't know if that's what that would be referring to or we're all plugged in via Zoom. And we have a team of awesome people who make everything happen. And I don't really know how they do it.
Superstars. Will my indicator work on Ninja? No, it's only in TradingView. I would like to get it in Ninja. I'm not sure how to do that though.
Joey, just vibe code it.
Vibe code it?
Yeah. And then figure out how to get it listed. I don't know how to do that. Google it. You know what? Don't even Google it. Just ask.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to get it over at Ninja though. That would be cool. I've had a lot of people ask.
You can convert it easily.
I mean, we do have a whole NinjaTrader team here, so I could ask, see how we can do it, make it happen.
I'm sure Mike will do it.
Yeah.
Don't want to speak for him though. Do I let my algos run all the time? Yes. It doesn't. My fully automated systems don't have that high of trade occurrences though. They might only take like 5, maybe max like 10 trades a month. So it's not like they're, extremely aggressive with their setups. They're just looking for, it's just coding in a very specific rule-based setup that I don't need to look for, because it's just simply if XY happens, then do, Z or whatever. And then apply this stop rule, apply this target rule, but it's not something that trades every day. I don't even pay attention to it. I mean, you'll like it's also not, it's up like 5% in the last like 2 months. So it's doing nothing crazy, it's just consistent. I mean, 5% in 2 months is great, but for most futures traders, they'd be bored out of their mind if you told them you're going to get 5% in 2 months. No, I did not study linear algebra. I don't know if I could solve an equation, to be honest.
Bro, algebra was like my absolute weakness, bro. Golly.
Conspiracies about the stock market. Ugh. Yeah. The white van. I'm not going to drop my conspiracies about the stock market. Otherwise, the white van is going to show up.
Yes, they will.
I stopped studying a long time ago. I dropped out of college. I study markets is what I study. I study markets and whatever interests me. I'm not very good at spelling. I'm like basic math.
Jack and I have talked about this. The man has like never been on a regular interview.
Yeah, I don't even have a, what's it called? I don't even know what it's called, resume.
Yep.
He don't even know what resume is called, chat.
What's it called? I never used one.
Chat, the piece of paper that has like skills and things, whatever that's called. Yeah, I don't have one of those.
I just study whatever interests me.
I feel like my entire college career was pointless because I changed like degrees 3 times, and I felt like I was in college for as long as doctors are. And it turns out I don't even use my degree. So there's that.
Yeah, it's kind of how I felt when I was in school. I was like, oh, what am I going to do this for?
Dude, to be honest, I felt that way my entire college career, but I felt that I had to go to college because it was like, the normal thing, and it was more so for my parents and me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's kind of the reason why I went. And to be honest, like I never was a good student. I knew I wanted something different.
Man, I'm kind of tempted to short the YM here.
Wait, it's FOMC week. Did I miss that? Yes, it is.
Yes. Wednesday. Makes me wonder what tomorrow's going to be like if we kind of have the same kind of PA with just... or if there's anything, if we get a little bit more movement.
No, I'm gonna place some limit here and let's set up some.
What's my opinion on order flow around this area? Well, this would be if you're playing the range, you'd short those on the June contract up here, the 940s, let's call it, and you take that down to probably the 900s, maybe the 880s if you're feeling spicy. But that's the only trade that's possible. It's just playing the other side of the range. Otherwise, it would take an announcement, news, something probably to break us out of this rest of the day. There's not much to do on order flow on the Monday of roll week because the volume's already kind of still split. Hence why I don't do a whole lot when you're trade off those type of signals. Because delta and things is completely split across two different contracts. So it kind of loses its purpose.
It's just one of those days.
I was waiting for the actual drop.
All right.
When you don't want to wake up.
Everything. I feel like I can't sing all those lyrics. I feel like there's some bad words there.
You can't.
I like started singing. I'm like, wait a minute. Can't finish this sentence. All right. I placed an order to go short MYM. I don't know if we'll get back up there, but 47.37s.
NASDAQ trying to navigate back to that 50% line on the IB. It's just been a magnet.
Nick, I use Footprint a lot, but I want to give Delta Profile a go. Any advice where to start? I mean, you can check out the sections for that in my course too, if you want just a simplistic way of how I read it and look at it, just to get you started. But there's so much content out there. Just kind of depends on how you trade and how you're looking to use it. But I even talk about footprints for me is just like too much noise or too much stimulation or whatever. So Delta Profile just kind of worked better for me.
All right. We'll see. I'm in something.
Uh-oh. We're in a position.
We're in. We're in. I might regret this in 30 minutes, but we'll find out.
He is short. The
It's a
old
short.
boomer index, folks.
It's a short in the Dow. I got 3 targets and 1 stop. It could be a brave short, could not be a brave short. I just don't think we're going to do anything here, but I could be wrong. That's trading, right? You find out when you're wrong once you decide to make a trade.
Yep.
Do not go to the casino often. Never go to the casino, actually. I have no desire to go to a casino. I do not get excited from winning at the casino, and I only would be mad if I lost because it is a negative edge game. And it is known that you have negative edge. So there's nothing that would ever excite me.
I've been to the casino here a few times. It's not here, but it's close by. It's like an hour away. And I am extremely up. I have made my money from the casino and I have not returned. I don't think I plan on returning.
There also really isn't casinos where I live. I guess they're putting up one right now. But I don't know. I guess if they have good restaurants, I'll probably stop in there. But there's a million places to eat in Chicago. So yeah, I'm not driving to Hammond, Indiana so I could hit the craps table. I got enough going on in my life.
Like the last time I went to Vegas, I didn't even gamble. We just went out and ate a ton of food and caught some shows.
I see you're all piling into this MYM after I've gotten in and pushing the price down. So I want to say thank you for that to the viewers. who are moving the market with me. That's the bonus part about being on NinjaTrader Live. You know, we get in trades and then everybody follows us and we're just manipulating the markets over here.
We are the market makers.
Yeah.
I like that. Vegas is dying a slow death. I've heard that their tourism is slowly bleeding. Didn't Vegas? I think they like jacked up a ton of the prices too. I think it's like it's not as cheap as what it used to be.
Yeah. I don't like Vegas. You know who loves Vegas though? Our boy Jim.
Jim, yeah, he's a Vegas partier.
I feel like our generation isn't as huge of a fan as Vegas as the other generations. I'll refer to them as the generations that came before us.
I can see that because my parents love Vegas. They go out there all the time.
In my experience, the party is happening in Miami. If you want a party, you go to Miami. Of course, the party's still happening. It's Vegas, but like it ain't Vegas like it used to be Vegas. Like I think Vegas peaked at like prior to like I think Vegas peaked in like 2014.
We finally going to get the rotation to the other side of the range.
Definitely party in Miami. I'm not much of a partier.
He's a fisherman.
I'm a fisherman. I just like peace on the water. That's what I like.
I just booked a trip to Canada to go fishing. I've never been, so I'm super pumped for that. I'm gonna go this summer. Hopefully, I don't crash one of those little pumper planes I gotta fly in on. Miami is a dump. Yeah, okay. Where do you live? Just about every billionaire and their mother is moving to Miami, so I couldn't imagine they have the same viewpoint as you. I mean, you can go down. Howard Schultz just bought a house there. Zuckerberg, both the Google guys.
Yeah. I would argue it's like there's like some areas in Miami that I would say, yeah, a complete dump.
And you can say that about anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I don't view Miami as a whole to be a dump. Joe, you don't need a boat. I have a 2.5 acre bass brim lake. I don't even fish. No, I need a boat. I need a boat because I got to go out in the middle and just be by myself, have peace.
Of course. Every neighborhood has a place where they put their garbage, guys. There's not a place you could go where there aren't bad parts of it. Maybe Nantucket. But that's also part of Massachusetts. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's true, but
Adam, I'll neither confirm nor deny. I'll tell you what I am excited for Florida next month is I will be going scuba diving in Pompano. That I am extremely excited for.
Nice.
I'll be doing as much diving as I possibly can. My wife is going to try to get certified down there while we're there. Speaking of, can we bring significant others to the trader meetup in Miami? I don't know.
no, this guy's got to go everywhere with his wife.
That sounds
The thing is, like, here's the deal: is we literally have a vacation planned in Pompano the week after the event. So it's like, and we already have our plane tickets booked to fly into Fort Lauderdale. So it's like,
Yeah,
do I just bring my wife early and she come to the event? Like, I don't know.
Would you want to come? I doubt she probably shouldn't come to the event, but she could probably stay in your hotel room if that's where you need her.
She wants to come.
Oh, well, then she can buy a ticket, I guess. No, I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not speaking for the NinjaTrader crew.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have to ask them.
Insurance team, I need some confirmation.
As long as
on
she's
that.
not taking up your time, I'm sure they won't care, you know. But you're on the clock, my guy.
Yeah. Yeah, the meetup fell like literally a few days before we go to Fort Lauderdale. So it's like, does she come with or no?
Oh, nice little.
Yeah, I have received zero details other than we're going, so I have no idea. And it feels like it's a month away, so I don't know who needs to get those to us, but it does seem.
Oh.
Oh, they're taking me down.
All right.
Oh my.
Who's asleep on their buy button on their desk currently?
What a buy.
Oh,
what
my
happened?
goodness. Yeah, what was that?
Somebody said something.
Who did it? I'm not seeing anything.
Nothing's come across financial juice. Oh, there it is. Just came across NVIDIA. NVIDIA CEO sees 2027 as at least $1 trillion of revenue.
Wow. I loved it. Now we can go down.
$1 trillion, huh? That's a lot of CapEx that's got to come from somewhere.
And let's just retrace the whole thing, yeah?
Yep.
Classic. Oops, wrong button. Just take out the previous day high and then liquidate.
Let's just go make new lows on the day now.
That sounds like.
Wow. Yep. Bringing it right back down.
This market.
And we're back.
Yep. That was fun.
What do we do now?
How exciting.
I feel like I need to enter that same trade I was in when I got taken out.
Yeah.
Right.
It's one
So
of those just
now we can go-
unfortunate random news events.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Anybody short from the top ropes up around 800s? Or I guess not 800. Sorry. Yeah. Previous day high.
Be a snipe if you are.
Y'all are some aggressive entry kind of guys.
In other news, chat, we have 749 people and 130 likes. My birthday's tomorrow. I won't be on tomorrow. So let's get the birthday likes up today. What do you say, chat? There's a little thumb down there for the like button. Have a thumb war with it.
Everybody just wish Joey a happy birthday in the chat. Just do it now since he's not going to be here tomorrow.
It's a little thumb war.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, production.
There we go.
Wow, they threw confetti on my screen.
Is it an important birthday? I'll be 36, so I don't know how important that is. I think the importance stopped at 30.
Oh, come on. Don't sell yourself short.
I mean, it's another year, chat. I'm thankful, but 36, 4 years from 40. Oof. You, you thought maybe I was hitting the 1 in 4 years? You thought I was turning 40? Ouch. I did have somebody yesterday, or not yesterday, Saturday, tell me that I looked like 28. So I'll take that.
And then did they ask you for trading advice right after?
No, thank God.
You look 28. By the way, I got a couple questions about trading.
I look 28 until I take my hat off, chat. That adds about 10 years.
It's from all the stress of fishing.
Yeah, from not catching anything.
I kind of feel like that's what I'm doing here today.
My favorite when I tell people I trade is, oh yeah, what stocks do you like? For me, like I always get people always asking about crypto. That's like the first thing I get asked about is crypto. And I know nothing about crypto. I've never traded it, never held it. Well, I take that back. I traded a long time ago just for fun, but never like seriously or anything like that. And I haven't touched it since. And I know nothing about crypto. I've never really paid much attention to it.
Maybe you should start trading micro Bitcoin futures.
Maybe. Then I can say I trade crypto.
I like the stocks that go up.
60% of the time, it works every time.
It's funny too because like it could be some of these like off the wall altcoins that people ask me about. I'm like, I have no idea what that is. Like they just got created yesterday or something, and they're supposed to moon. I don't know.
Oh, did not want to. That's an accident. Well.
Well, NASDAQ is right back to where we've been ranging and consolidating and doing nothing. That was a fun little dopamine hit we had on the NAS. Did you re-enter your position?
I did.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah. Okay.
I did actually on accident, however, but I was wanting to go. I won my limit a little higher and I hit the wrong button. So I'm not gonna care about. It was like a few points. Still kind of the same thesis. My entry is around about the same part where it was last time, but just without the Jensen Huang $1 trillion offer. Now that that's out of the way, maybe I can get this thing moving. It was looking good before that happened. There's my stop to break even, so I'm safe now.
It's gonna all work out. So here's the gotcha from the market. Apparently, it was not him forecasting 2027 with $1 trillion in revenue. It was him stating that between 2025 to 2027, he sees Nvidia totaling $1 trillion in revenue. So classic Algo's jumping the gun at hearing $1 trillion revenue 2027.
Well, that cost me about $700.
So that make market sad.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I didn't know where that $1 trillion was going to come from, since I think a lot of the Mag 7 is tapped out on CapEx. With the exception of Apple, but they're building their own chips.
Oh, we're starting to see more sellers come through here on NAS saw a look below the 50% mark of the IB. What a market. Jack, that short's working out well.
I hit first target, but my stop's at break even, so it's going to be pretty tight here. It's like one tick above my entry, or below my entry, I should say. So I don't know. We're really not in a. I prefer a little bit of faster markets, because when my stop moves, it's actually going somewhere, versus like a lot of this is just back and fill. So it's probably going to be a first target break even stop. See. Couldn't quite take out that low with confidence. I don't think we're going to get back above that high with the less time we have. We're about 40 minutes to close, and
wow, yeah, the time has flown by, holy. Which is strange because the market's moving pretty slow. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much juice in the tank left for the market to really do anything until the end of day.
yeah.
Maybe algo time sends it somewhere.
Ooh.
Still just hovering that 50% mark. IB. Oh, just happened. I would be leaning a little bit more towards shorts, holding below 50% mark of the IB, maybe going down to see 860 on the NAS.
I feel like there may be a short in gold here, but maybe I'm just an idiot.
I don't know. We've just spent so much time in this area. It's like, can we really get away from it by end of day? I don't really want to get into a position that's going to ping pong me the rest of the afternoon. But I'd be favoring shorts. In my dreams, yeah. My dreams are coming true come Thursday when we have 80-degree weather and I'm on the lake fishing.
Ha. Send pics.
Oh, I'm gonna have tons of them. I don't know if I'm gonna have any fish in them, but
It's all
there will
right.
be pics.
I got no profits to show today.
Should we do a NinjaTrader live stream from the boat? What do we think?
We'll have to place some limit orders. Maybe trade a higher time frame. I don't know if I'll be trading a 5-minute chart when I'm trying to jig.
Yeah. Be running off that. Yeah, that would be fitting. I'd have to be on hotspot streaming and trading. I don't know how well that would work out.
No. Not pig, jig. Jig is a fishing term. It's a fishing motion. It's like when you take the pole and you like move it up and down to imitate bait.
What kind of boat do I fish from? I just have it's a 2024 Bass Tracker Classic XL. Just small little fishing boat. I am looking for a fun boat though to have as well.
Wait,
To
why is
take,
it called an XL if it's small?
I
How many
don't
feet
know.
is it? 19?
I think it's 17. If I remember right, I have to go look. Somewhere around there though. I am looking for a boat that's a fun boat, not a fishing boat. That way I can take the family and friends out.
Yeah, XL stands for extra liquidity.
Yeah.
Nick, you do any fishing?
Only when I'm in Florida randomly.
I feel like Texas got some great pond fishing. That's
We
the
do.
best fishing. Just like golf course ponds. Monster bass.
The problem is, I mean, all my friends, everyone's got kids now, so it's like no
Yeah.
one goes regularly, and I ain't buying a boat and all the gear.
I feel you.
I have friends that randomly take me on some of these adventures, so I will gladly still do that.
Yeah, that's always good. It's
I
definitely,
don't
they
I
always
don't
say
want the
it's,
boat. I never have wanted the boat. Never been my thing.
it's better to have a friend with a boat than a boat.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's much cheaper. I am the friend with the boat.
Yeah, I guess it's you know, all that pain to watch the short go my way.
That's pretty annoying.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Jensen, you owe me one. I'm fully gonna blame that on Jensen, my stop out. I don't like to point fingers in the market because at the end of the day, you're the one pushing the button, but that one felt personal. Just the high tick of the day stop out on an otherwise good trade on
Attacked.
some speech coming out of misdirected, uninformed news that was corrected 5 minutes later. They're coming after me. Yeah, the two happiest days of a boat owner are the day they buy the boat and the day they sell it. Well, actually, Joey's happiest day is going to be tomorrow on his birthday.
Yeah, it is.
When he tells us,
I am thinking about starting a fishing YouTube channel. It's going to be a complete flip-flop of what I do on YouTube. So it's going to be interesting having a trading YouTube channel and a fishing YouTube channel simultaneously.
calling it bass and balling.
Somebody in my community did give me a name, and it's called Fish and Ticks, and I kind of liked it.
Fish and ticks instead of fish and chips.
Yeah, Fish and Ticks. I'm kind of down with it. So, Chai, if any of you are a big fisherman, stay tuned.
Is this going to work and not film me? Yep. That's just rude.
Cooper.
That's fine. I didn't want to get filled. Whatever.
I am really upset because it's crappie season right now, and not having a boat, I am missing crappie season.
On the pontoon,
Making what is that? Little Big House? What's the name of that band?
Little Big Town. He did get past the sensors on that one.
What are the sensors? I've never tested them.
I was wondering.
Oh, Russell's actually really selling off here after just popped up on my bearish watch list. That thing is, since we spiked, really caught no bid. I just switched it on the right of my screen. I don't know if we're breaking here, madman.
Wow, yeah, Russell is catching some sellers here.
But yeah, the Russell's moving. Relatively speaking to these other indexes.
I mean, we also did just bounce right off 880. Or made in the value area low in the session. So now do we rotate back up to 940s? Because why not?
Choppy, two boppy.
Yes. Thank you, Pax.
Yeah, Naz is not gonna go anywhere. Nowhere. Leo stat is in play.
What stat would that be?
Okay. Yes, it is technically, but this is that would be a major outlier in my opinion.
Yeah.
because that was just a weird situation, and then it was immediately sold back. I don't think we're going to make another new high of day. Just going to throw it out there.
So what the stat is that we would make a new high.
New high or low in L period leads to new high or low in M period, like just under 70% of the time.
Okay.
But this doesn't, this is probably not the best example because I don't think this would be a high probability play personally.
I see. I like your reasoning. Do you have a specific name for that trade? Or is it just referred to as a Leo stat?
It's just a stat that Leo had ran numbers on and has a lot of weight to it. You know, that you get it's not always you'll get something with a over a 2/3 probability of actually hitting in, you know, a short time frame within the next 30 minutes. So, but there's times it happens like at the very end of L period and then the very beginning of M period, like it checks the box.
Yeah.
But it's just something to be aware of. Like
totally.
if you're trying to fade an end of day rally kind of thing, it just sometimes doesn't make sense when that happens. But yeah, we always seems to just call it the Leo stat at this point. Mainly because I'm too lazy to ever run those type of statistics.
That's what Edgeful's for.
See, is the Russell still selling?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Russell is the more exciting one. If you want to call it exciting. Are you out of your short?
Yeah, I got first target break even.
Okay.
It was just I when I charted it, it was off the 1 minute. So my first, it's just the way that it was a strategy I ran. It just automatically moves. So I got like a couple $100 on my first target, and then my stops were one tick above my entry or below. And then I placed the order again, and then it's done nothing. We haven't even really moved. Realistically, the only thing that's moved is the Russell. I'm not sure what time of day it is. If you were to tell me to look at these charts over the last hour and guess the time of day, I would probably say like
Asia.
Yeah, like 7 p.m.
Yeah. Maybe London's just the way to go.
I definitely think it's one of the better time frames to trade, because you get to trade London and then the New York Open. And then you're sleeping during this, whatever this is.
So we got to change the sleep schedule to trade London and sleep during New York.
It's too hard, then your life becomes.
Boy, Nasdaq really is. I mean, that 50% mark there just it gives it a little kiss and then just rejects it and then just it goes right back to it. Can't get away.
If it wasn't for this stupid NVIDIA wick, I mean, this would be the most stereotypical D-shaped profile I have ever seen. Yes, my cats did in fact win the Big 12 championship this weekend. A lot of fun to watch. That Iowa State game was insane. I weirdly could see a Duke, Houston, Iowa State, Arizona Final Four. It would not shock me. Nothing wants to move, boys.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Except the Russell.
I mean, even now, it's hard to get. This is just such a standard post rollover day, honestly, or like rollover day, whatever you want to refer to it as.
The touch grass kind of day.
Totally.
Go do something else. Go vibe code. Go outside.
I wish I was building a snowman. Like
build a snowman, Jack.
Nick, is that what you do in your spare time? You just use vibe code the whole time?
Random things. Today was a day if I'm at my desk, yeah, I was building a few things that I'm working on. But depends on the day. I'd rather be outside most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've had a very light start to. I mean, I think I'm just doing what I was doing in the end of last year, which is like when I'm on the show, I really am not trading a whole lot. Outside of the opens, it's worked a lot better for my mental, to be honest. I'm not sitting here like staring and waiting for things to happen. Taking some advice Jack has. I've listened to a few other people. It's just I set alerts. I do other stuff now. And if something presents itself, I trade that way. But the days of me sitting in front of the charts, actually trying to trade between 8:30 and 3 p.m. Central Time is gone. That is for sure.
Yeah, smart. Yeah, I got stopped on my oil short earlier. Timing just a little off today. I've had literally 2 trades that stopped me out on 5-minute pumps, and my stop was the high of the day. Oil, my stop was not the high of the day, but the high of the session after I was stopped. And then same thing it looks like in YM. So
Gary, that'd be a really weird stat. I'm very curious what the percentage is. It's got to be lower than I think. Make an L period high of the day and then a new low and M period. That's probably a handful.
I think I'm going to take up knitting.
Knitting?
Oh yeah, a little career change.
Well, I just want to keep my hands busy so I can keep them warm and ready when the markets do start moving. So I'm just thinking about hobbies that I could do while I'm at my desk that are constructive and can consume my mind and keep me sharp. And I think knitting fits that bill.
I like that. So
Diamond
you'll be knitting. Nick will be vibe coding. I don't know what I'll be doing.
be fishing. What's diamond painting? Paint diamonds?
Scary. It's probably the difference of the I'm looking at it, the June contract. I don't know. Nick, what are you on? Are you on June? They're saying our IB levels are different.
I don't know. First hour. Let's see. Are you on March?
On June. Yeah, I'm not sure.
IB low should be whatever, 835s and IB high, 980.
Yeah, we had the same numbers.
Yeah, they're the same. We just zoomed in differently.
Currently experiencing inflation? I don't think I've ever lived in a time where there wasn't inflation. It's just a constant thing. Everything just gets more expensive. The cost of living just gets higher. Everything becomes more unaffordable. When I was your age, a McChicken was $1.
Man, McChickens used to be the go-to.
They're like $4 now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
At least where I live. Oil's breaking down now here too.
String B, Joey, did I mention a full fiber connection with a brim pole? I don't fish, but I can trade on the bank. What? Fiber connection. Brim pole. Talk to me. Can I get that connection on my boat? If I get fiber on the boat, I might do some NinjaTrader streams on the boat.
Know what Starlink's for, dude?
That is true. Yeah, algo time coming up in a minute.
Yep.
Am I fishing table rock? Yes.
Let me tell you what, the faster the internet does not make you a better trader. Does not improve trading performance. It's like having a nice set of clubs. At some point, the speed is irrelevant, in my opinion. None of us are running low latency strategies. Well, I guess if you're running order
Attention
flow, that might be a
traders,
little more low
it's
latency.
algo time.
Your computer speed probably has more to do with chart pulling. I guess it depends on your platform, but I never have issues with chart pulling. That's some of the best trading I ever did was when I lived in Costa Rica and my internet was absolute trash because it made me much more patient. I was like, oh, internet's down. I'm going to the beach. We're not going to talk about the spike in the NQ. It's a spike that took me out. Broke the code. Nope. I don't know what the code is, but broke a few things in my life. Never a bone, though. All right, by the way, it's Jack, not Jake. I don't know where you guys get Jake from. Literally has my name right on the screen.
Maybe it's like autocorrect.
I trade over Wi-Fi. How about that? That's what I think about it. My Wi-Fi speed's 200 megabytes per second. It's insanely fast. Like there's nothing I could possibly do that I need more than 200 megabytes per second.
Did I place trades today? Yeah. I had 2 small trades, 1 stop and 1 winner. I said I wasn't trying to do a whole lot today. Maybe tomorrow.
Gold flipping bullish here.
But we'll see if we get a move back up somewhere in the 920s. VWAP sitting there.
I have more
if there was
internet
any
speed than I
trade towards
probably
the
need.
close, I'd be leaning to the long side.
When I lived in Costa Rica, I had 15, sometimes 5 megabytes per second.
Oh, wow.
That was like in 2018, though. Just way before Starlink.
I think right now I get a gig up and down with fiber. More than I need. It's kind of overkill, but have it.
Oh, I am related to Jackie Gleason from the Honeymooners, just distantly. His house is really cool. Look it up. It's called Jackie Gleason's house in Pennsylvania. It's built off a Fibonacci spiral. Really cool. Would love to own it, but it's like $30 million. A little out of budget for me right now.
Just sell that Instagram handle.
Yeah. And then invest in the S&P for 30 years.
Yeah, you'll be good.
That is crazy that you have that handle. That's insane.
Well, dude, I had to deal with a lot of nonsense for a very long time. As far as like people trying to hack my stuff. Instagram patched a lot of those bugs, but it was quite annoying for a while. Like my Instagram would just be taken down because people would like spam report me, for whatever. And then like I couldn't even log in. And then of course, I had the people duplicating my entire online existence and pretending they're me and stealing money.
That comes with the territory of being online.
Totally. I'm like,
Yeah.
really? You fell for the guy telling you he was going to turn $100. Actually, it was typically more than that, like $1,000 into 10,000 and give it back to you by the end of the week. That sounded like it was me.
Yeah,
That's
dude. I swear, I see 100 of impersonators of me every day.
yeah. What do you get him on? What platform?
Mainly Discord.
Oh, you must have a big Discord.
Yeah, that's not big, but I have roughly like 2,000 people in there. But I mean, they get like friend requests from me like every day. That's not actually me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm basically anonymous on Discord, and I'll keep it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was just a really bad non-technical day.
Classic. Classic.
Even algo time was pretty lackluster.
Oh, total classic. Total classic post rollover day. Just a hard day to trade. A hard day to trade for sure.
Hopefully tomorrow brings some better PA. I don't know with the Fed meeting on Wednesday. I don't have super high expectations, but anything can happen.
I love the person just dropping poems in the chat. I'm not
Who's
sure if that's a
dropping
bot.
poems? What?
Well, speak softly, love, so no one hears us but the
Oh,
sky.
yeah,
Like, what is that?
That's
Yeah.
classic.
Bot?
Probably.
Yeah.
Trump already talked, as far as I know. Did he talk? I mean,
I think that was earlier today.
yeah, I didn't listen to it, but I know we were talking about that.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey,
Jim.
Jim.
Well, here we have it. Back to the point of control again. Even the S&P, go figure, on today.
Save us.
Yep. We've gone nowhere.
It's a crazy volume profile, though. If you include the whole session, the whole Globex session, it's like it's almost like a X P-shaped distribution. But once we kind of crossed over previous session's highs, then we stuck to a really nice bell-shaped distribution. Who's still in positions? Jack, you are?
Nothing. I got nothing, Jim.
We're all flat across the board?
Yep.
Yes.
Everyone's flat.
Sweet. Well, at least there's green. It was green, right? We got to say it was green, so we got to be happy about that.
Yeah, it was a pretty boring day.
Yeah. It's
Not much
interesting because
happening.
it's rollover too. We did in the March contract, in the March E-mini S&P, we did 758,000, almost 760,000. In the June contract, we did 990,000.
Yeah.
So we're
Why?
trading June in the indices, people.
That's why, that's one of the many reasons when it's like split, whatever, 60-40, whatever you want to do. Someone wants to do the math.
Yeah.
Just not my favorite until it's more like 75-25, almost to 100. It's just, this is what we get. Probably
Yeah.
Wednesday. Wednesday's probably the day.
Yeah, I still got June in the front month. And tomorrow also, folks, as Tracy pointed out in the chat, crude will be, the front month in crude should be May, not April. So that's happening tomorrow, or maybe even tonight, Globex session. So that's it. The only other announcement, really, guys, I just want to make sure you saw that the top of the chat. If you're interested in a meetup, opportunity to meet the NinjaTrader Live crew, all of our traders, our special guests, some special guests as well. Fill out that little interest form on the top of the chat. We're gauging interest in cities across the country. We are starting in Miami. That thing is on. It is on in April. Chicago is in October, and I'm not sure when London is, but London is also booked. It is there. We're ready to go. So get a little bit of an international feel. A lot of other cities are planned. Tell us your preference. Fill out the forms. You get to meet Nick, Jack, and Joey. It would be awesome.
Oh yeah. Gonna be a blast.
Yeah. Any event, great job, you guys, this afternoon. Let's give these guys a round of applause. We got to find a better soundbite. We just got to go all full in, MMA knockout, UFC knockout crowd.
I want the Chicago Bulls lineup song.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Tomorrow, we're not done yet. Tomorrow, we have Morning Gap. Listen to this lineup, by the way. Morning Gap, we're starting off pretty much as usual with me, Deli, Shy, and Craig Shapiro. Special guest is Brent, aka the Black Lion. If you're not following him on X, you should definitely follow him. He is so knowledgeable about so many different things. Energy is for sure, but interest rates, all sorts of stuff. He's a futures trader, and he is spectacularly bright. So I can't wait for Brent to be on tomorrow morning. Tape Talk with T-Trades. Trade the Open with Merritt, Black, and Christian from Trading Boxes. And then after that, then Midday Markets, Nick is back. Nick, we'll see you midday tomorrow with Leo the Big Cat. And then and that's it for the morning. In the afternoon, XYZ, Selma, and Stowe. So I don't know if you guys counted, but that's like 14 different folks talking tomorrow on NinjaTrader Live. It's going to be great. So having said all that, appreciate everybody being here with us today. And I do want to say the most important message of the day, please remember, be safe out there. Be good to each other. We'll see you soon.
See you, chat.
Later, guys.
Later.